Welcome along then to qualifying for this week's GP event as we look to start off the Haas Team Series event in the very best form possible after some very annoying recent weeks of expecting to do better and maybe being brought back down to earth a little bit. We go full on yet again. We have the Haas Team Series event. Hopefully you've seen our qualifying guide and we've got that Hulkenberg Magnussen 10% boosted, but not good enough for us. What do we got though in our champions round of qualifying? Zandvoort, Barcelona, Singapore and Baku all to come. Let's kick straight in. First of all, this is the car setup that we are using and we are going to change our drivers based on their car and component stats that are required. So as you can see, first up, we have overtaking and cornering. So we're going to be looking at using drivers that are good at overtaking for this one. So as you can see, we'll come down here now. First of all, we'll put Gasly in because he's got 74 overtaking. Let's just see what Hamilton's got. So he's not going to be good enough with an upgrade. Norris, neither. Leclerc, not good enough because he hasn't got the overtaking. Sainz, Russell, just checking we haven't got anyone else. Stroll's a little bit better, but I want that race start to be better. So we're pretty much running the best driver that we've got for this one now. We've got plenty of ways to go for Zandvoort. 4 medium, seeing like it's going to be the option. Potentially a cuppa boost using as well. So let's get into it. I think the tyres for Gasly is going to be a little bit of an issue for one stop, but we'll find out how good it is as we set off on race number 1. Overtaking and cornering coming from Zandvoort. So it's no Hutch bot this week, a team score rival which is just around 36, lower than what we are currently running. So Zandvoort to come. And yeah, I mean, I want to do that 4 medium. The question is, Gasly I feel like is going to struggle. Now, he could go on to the softs. I don't think that's going to work though. But I might stick out for the one stop. Perez, Gasly, 23-24, overtaking and cornering. So we're looking at that cuppa boost on the one stop, and we'll find out if that is good enough. So we need a good start. That is for sure. We need a good gap between the two. We get a fast and we get a perfect start. And we've got a pretty slow start off the back of the grid. We haven't made hardly any places. Why have I just gone to conserve? How did that happen? I didn't even click a button. As we're into P20, P19, oh, it's just so slow here. Very, very painfully slow as we come round then. So we've got some ground to make up then as we're going to start that right about now. So very tough start. We've got Kevin just that we're getting past now. Perez has got better tyre management than Ocon that we've just passed. Gasly's got to be a little bit careful. You can see the speed that we're carrying now. We're behind Norris. We're just going to not push in certain points. So we won't push now. Now we'll push off the corner with Perez. See if we can make any moves as we go round the outside. And we take 2. We're up to P14. Conserve through this section again. And then we're going to push on the way out. See, can Perez get through? Yes, he can. P13, P12. And now he's got Nico Hulkenberg ahead of him. So we're carrying a lot more speed. We can push a lot more as well. And we're up to P11. Make that P10. So really coming through the field now. P10 for Perez. We're going to push him out of that corner. Let's push him into this P2. Can he make a move on Piastri? Yes, he can. He's up to P9. Gasly up to P13. We've got decent enough tyres here to keep on pushing and get Perez into P8. Gasly into P12. That's good work. And we've got Russell ahead of us. And we've got to just claim some of this power unit back now. We were on a bit of an attack by Stroll as we come off the corner with Perez not too lightly. And let's see what else we can do. Just doing okay with Gasly. There's a Ferrari already come out of the pits as we get past the Red Bull. This is what we've got to be careful here, is the double stack. This is the problem when you're doing a one stop with both drivers on similar tyres. We're going to try and get past the Ferrari. A little bit of lag, but we're up into P3. Gasly's trying to attack as well. We're going to use all our attack here and give us enough room to not double stack. So Perez in from P2. Really good stint from Perez. You can see Gasly just coming in now as well. We are going to double stack a little bit, I feel. Oh, it's perfect. We're not. So Perez already coming out then in P7, P8, P9. Well, even more than that. In P9. Conserving straight away. Gasly we can attack a little bit more on now. Let's go with Perez. As we've come out of here. Let's push as well with Gasly, who gets into P14. There's Hulkenberg. Would be a nice move to get past him quickly. We just can't get past. We're going to leave him pushing though. Oh, how has he not got past him? We're up to P3 though with Perez. And here's a look for Stroll then. Into the top 10, into 9th. They've got a couple of fast cars coming out of the pit lane. And we're going to try and make a move on Norris. Just getting a little bit unlucky again there. 8 laps, remember. Now we're going to try and get into 8th place. Past Lando, job done. Running out of power unit though. We need a good exits to get past Sainz. And there's a move into P7. P1 and P2. P2 looks like it's still got a pit, which is good. So we might still be able to make up some ground here. Gasly is up to P6. We're pushing all the time because we could be in for a good set of points haul here. Nice little start to this race. Looked like a struggle from the outset. But it now looks like we're going to be that little bit better. P5 for Gasly. Pushing that power unit as much as we can. And now Perez goes down. Leclerc's in the pit, so that does bring us up to P2. Can it bring us in to the top 3 with Gasly? I don't think it is, because that Ferrari just exits now and will catch back up. Can we hold him off? Not quite. Don't think we're going to catch P1. 5 seconds, we're not. Max Verstappen's far too quick for us here. And now we've got Gasly. It's all about Gasly. Can Gasly catch this Ferrari? He's pushing hard. Don't think he's going to. Or is he? No, just not going to get there. Going to be P5. It's not a bad effort from Pierre. P2 for Perez. P5 for Gasly. It's a very solid 43 points. And we'll take that for our first racing champion coming from Zandvoort. Rival comes home P11 and P13, taking 26 points. Believe it was a bot. And you can see what we are racing against then. We had the drivers. And we had the car setup as well, going for that cornering setup too. Race number 2 then. Good matchup again, off to Spain this time for 9 laps, remember, of Barcelona. This is an increase from last season from 8 to 9. So let's see. We're going to test out. We've changed drivers. We've brought Oscar Piastri in for Gasly because of his tyre management being better around this tyre management and cornering circuit. 22nd and 23. Remember, you can get a ace start round this track. And we're actually going to go on to soft. So I'm going to try something here. We're good at trying stuff and usually it doesn't work. But we're going to try and do 4 soft and potentially go on to 5 hard or even 5 medium. But let's find out if this does work. We're all about testing. And this is what we're going to do here. Can we? I mean, they've got good tyre management anyway. So hopefully we can get away. And we're pretty slow away. But this track is good for a very good fast start. We've got to cut down probably fairly quickly. We're going to find out if this is a great strategy or it's an absolute nightmare a little bit later on. Remember, we need 25% a lap to be able to do what we need to do. And you can see both cars flying through at the moment with Perez P7, Piastri settling down just behind. And again, double stack potential here. So we've just got to watch this, but we should be on the softer tyres and we should be pretty quick in this race as well. Double stack potential is high now, but with Perez and Piastri moving forward, we might just move to the hards to be a little bit safer. And look at Piastri go. We're all moving forward all the time. P5 for Perez. Leave him on medium because he has got pace. Let's actually push him a little bit here. See if we can get past the Red Bull and the Ferrari. We've got tyre management spare at the moment. 50%. That's what we need after 2 laps. Can still push a little bit though on Perez. And we're going to make sure he creates a big enough gap to potentially run the mediums for 5 laps. We've got Alex Albon in the lead of this race in that Williams, with Perez now all over the back of him. We need to get past Albon, because Albon, we can see how much quicker we are, and we're now into P1. Tyres are okay, and they're okay on Piastri as well, who's in P4, and absolutely cruising, it would seem at the moment. Medium tyres, and Piastri is up to P2. This is beautiful work from the boys. Oscar Piastri chasing him home, looking after power unit. We're pushing Perez a little bit to try and create that gap that little bit more. Whilst Piastri, you can see, has got a full power unit. Perez into the pitch. Track stats are key. We're going to double stack. We need about 3 seconds gap. Oh, it's perfect again. Perfect pit stops. Every time. Piastri coming out now. Perez already moves himself up to P4. He can get P3 as well. The speed of this car is beautiful. And you can see out front, P1, P2 are not that far away. So we've got a good chance of a good points haul coming from this circuit. P7. Perez rounds the final corner, takes the lead of this race. Piastri is going to follow him into second place. Eventually, when the Red Bull ahead pits of Max Verstappen. So this is looking fairly easy at the moment. Piastri passes him with ease, and that puts us well on the tail of a very good result here. Doing that 4 soft, 5 medium, taking the tyre management boost to go with the tyre management, track stat and cornering. Perez leads them home at the moment. 3 laps to go, 7, 8 and 9. And at the minute, you'd have to say, it's very comfortable for the car. Perez leading home in P1. Looking beautiful in that livery. And he's absolutely got pace to burn. And you're about to start lap number 8. No safety cars. We're all clear. We can conserve down the straight. Not that we need to. Tyre management is strong. Piastri hasn't used any power unit since lap 1. He's on 100%. He's cruising. And now we can continue on exactly how we wish. 81% power unit. 100% for Piastri. Piastri, in theory, catching Perez at the moment with that slightly stronger tyre management. And there they go, both of them. I mean, let's push both just for a bit of fun, shall we? Let's see who's the quicker car. As Perez gets in a little bit of traffic. And so will Piastri. But we're going to come home pretty easy here. Perez leading home the 1-2. And we're about to lap the rival. They are not far away. As Perez rounds the final corner past Yuki Tsunoda. Piastri catching up in the distance. It's a beautiful day. It is 47 points in Champions. That might be one of the first times we've scored. Well, we've done it in opening rounds, final rounds before. But in qualifying, exactly what we needed for this Spain GP. A little bit more trickier in Zandvoort, but we pulled through nicely in this one. And that strategy was pretty perfect. We picked the tyre management drivers and it ended up in a good result. 47 points to take through from that GP. You can see the rival, Norris and Stroll, and a good car setup too. You can see 1.4 seconds a lap quicker, though, than the rival. Race number 3 then sees us against the same opponent as previously faced. We're off to Singapore for a race start and cornering track stat, and make sure that you follow our strategy guides because they are out there for you to use. So let's see where we qualify. It's going to be at the back. We have selected race start drivers. We will see a slight change in the driver lineup with Russell now coming in to play. So I'm going to go on to softs. Reason being that I'm not going to push these too hard initially. They're going to be on the very, very much quicker tyre though. We're going to get a quarter of a lap out of the push, and then we're going to conserve down. We should get perfect starts. We do indeed. And the race start now. Look at that from Gasly down the outside. You can see the car at the back. Russell just starting to try and come through now. He's had a difficult start though. But Gasly is up to top 10. Russell just slotting himself now into P18. And that's getting better all the time though. As you can see, we are not pushing at all here. And we are going round cars. We are focused on race start. And that means that we're also, because we're not pushing, we're going to be able to look after some of these soft tyres a little bit more to get them through a stint. You can see now Picard's struggling as Russell nearly goes up the inside of Lance Stroll. Got to start conserving on these tyres, but here comes another move from Gasly. And we're just about on track here. 50% as we go round the final corners, and we can come back for mediums. Russell trying to get through as well. He's about bang on. We're going to have to start looking after tyres a little bit shortly. But we're going to have some strong attacking pace on the mediums. There's Russell now looking at the back of Piastri. You can see Gasly keeping in touch here. And we'll actually conserve down both of them at the moment because we're not losing any ground. There's a load of hards and mediums around us. And you can see we're up to 5th with Gasly. He's just lost out, but that's okay. We're looking after the tyre. There's a move in the background for Russell, but can't quite make it. And this is where it's going to get more interesting. As Albon tries to get through. We've done the tyres on the softs perfectamo. And now Gasly is about to come in. Just used all that tyre up. It's a quick pit lane here as well, which is good. And it's another perfect timed pit stop. Gasly out in P9. And now we've got to push. Got to get some of these places back up. Round the outside of Alonso. And then we've got George Russell to attack. We've got Ocon ahead of us as well. We're going to leave these attacking now for about half a lap. Still a long way to go as we're into P7. Russell's trying to get past. Should be a move on Albon. And it is. Russell's into P12, P11. And these overtaking drivers helping us out every little bit here. Can Russell get past Gasly? Not quite just yet. Can he get through? We're going to leave him pushing a little bit here. Try and move Gasly forward. And we can't get past at the minute. Gasly ourselves, though, is looking pretty good here. He's into P3. Got good power unit left as well. We can push him all the way in now. We'll push Russell as well. We've got a good enough gap between the two. And now we can start motoring. Hamilton in P2. Not anymore. Max Verstappen probably out front. It's Sainz on the hards who's out front. Got to go for some medium tyres now. Russell trying to get past Norris. Just trying to get through. And we have into P7. Just to create that little bit more of a gap. Because every little helps in terms of time. Gasly's in. And now Russell is in as well. No power unit left for Russell. As Gasly comes out in 3rd and in 2nd. So good job for him. Russell out in P7. He's got to gain some power unit back though. Obviously he's got 0. But there is a few cars ahead of him that he can catch. It's probably not going to be 47. But we've closed well. We've got the hard tyre of Sainz who will pit. That will promote Gasly. And now you can see Russell closing in on a few more cars. Just trying to save a little bit here. We haven't made the best move. Russell didn't get the best start in the world round Singapore. But you can see he is chasing down Norris. Into the home straight. First corner coming up. Russell 7th, now into the top 6. There's quite a lot of cars ahead of him. Can we get past Hamilton? Yes, we can, up to P5. Still time for movement. You can see 4th, 3rd, 2nd, all ahead of us here. And we have got good pace from Russell. Now we push. Can we go up the inside? Yes, we can. P4. Can we get P3? Oh, we tried for the inside. Couldn't get it. Think that might be it. Don't think we've got enough power units to come back here. We're going to try and push off this final corner. See if there's a move. There is a move. P3 for George Russell. 46 points. That was a good race in the end. That bad start for Russell cost him. Gasly pulled away with it easy. But P14, P15 for the rival will take 46 points. With one race to go in qualifying. 46 points in the bag. 1, 2, 4, 3. We'd been through this setup before. Good job done. Here we go then, race number 4, the final race. We're just checking out the strategy guide, which obviously is available in a video for you as well. So we're looking at firework and school maybe. Firework, probably one of the best boosts that I will feature around this track. And I'm going to probably run a 3 soft, 4 medium with Perez, who's got better time management. Probably 4 medium with Gasly here. I'm going to try and see if this works. So going to go like that. We are going to go for firework, overtaking and speed. And we've used our overtaking drivers. That's why we've got Gasly and Perez both in. And we're going to see if we can come away victorious. Let's push them. See what we've got. Last race in this round. We don't get the best start with Perez though. That's the problem on the soft tyres. He's still got a little bit of a rocket ship in the end though. He's up to, well, 20th. Not great. We're actually going to end up nearly last at one stage, it looks like. But we're going to push for this half lap. See if we can make any ground. Perez already into 17th. Hopefully he can get a little bit better than that, and it does. We're going to have to conserve down at some point. But at the minute, let's keep on going. P14 up to P13. So P13 and P17. Keep pushing again. Round to this corner. We should have good speed here. And you can see in the background, Gasly just sneaking through. So time to knuckle down then. Perez could probably do 4 mediums, no problem here. Gasly, look at the pace he's got on this speed setup. Flying through. And he'll go to 4 medium, 3 medium. Perez is bang there as well. Looking at another move then past Piastri. Into 10th. Looking good. Quite a lot of cars ahead. See if we can just push Perez a little bit to get past Daddy Boy Stroll. And we're through. P9. Let's see if we can get past Russell. Yes, we can. We're making great ground here. P7. All the time. Gasly's moving forward as well. And now down the straight we go. A lot of tyre left for Perez. A lot of tyre. That is music to my ears. Not so much on Gasly as he does take 2 cars into the top 10. Let's absolutely push Perez here. He's got a bit of traffic. See if we can just sneak our way through past Albon. Past the McLaren. Can we get Sainz? Yes, we can. And we can probably push all the way in. Can't push too much with Gasly, though. His tyres are a little bit more critical. And you can see he's going to probably run out of tyres. Only just, though. We're going to have to take some pain, I think, with Gasly. And he is into the top 6. You can see the speed Perez has got, though. Into 9th. Make it. Go on, make it 8. Or nearly. We're not going to push him too much. Not critical at the moment. Gasly's going to be quick. See if we can just sneak past here. Get a good exit and through. Gasly's going to run out quickly here. We are making a move past Leclerc. We have just sneaked 4 laps. And now it's into pit. Leclerc's not going to get past. Perez carries on. And you can see he's already into P3. He's 5 seconds off the lead. He's got to catch 5 seconds. It's all chaos coming out of the pits though. And now we've got a lot of pushing to do. Past Piastri, we need to get through these as quick as possible and as smooth as possible. We don't want to get held up too much. And we're not at the moment. Straight past Stroll. Oh yes, this is great. We are flying along. Keep pushing Gasly all the way. Verstappen's in. Gasly's coming through. Perez into P2. And we're going to try and hunt down. Here's Gasly on Albon, P6. We've got Norris. We're just going to get Haas as well. We've got a Red Bull of Perez, I think it is, in front. Or it's Max Verstappen on the softs. Perez hits first place. Can Gasly get past Verstappen on the softs? Yes, he can. And now we are motoring. Can we get Sainz? This is great work by the team. Into P3. Perez is fine. Can we get P2? I think he's a little bit too far. He's on hards though. Not the end of the world, but it's a long way to go. Got to try and just save some power unit. And then push. Don't think we're going to catch him. He's far too far ahead. It's always good fun though. And then Gasly coming round. Not going to catch him, but he did a good job. It's another 46 points. Make sure to let me know how many points you score. But Gasly comes home. It's Perez P1, Gasly P3. And that rounds off actually a very, very good qualifying session for a change on this main account. Rival coming home, Bot in P14 and what looks to be P15. So job done in this qualifying round. 46 points. That should see us through comfortably. And you can see good matchups against the rivals too. We've got Verstappen and Gasly for the rival, but we outperformed. Decent speed setup you can see we used as well. And overall, that was very solid, and you'll see why. It is a total of 182, so we're not expected to score perfect at this stage. It was a lot better round though. Race 1 really costing us at Zandvoort. Bit of a bad start, but we'll take that. We'll try and upgrade in the week, but that is very promising as we look to go ahead into the weekend racing for the Haas Team Series event.